Hey guys, so it is the day after the election, and needless to say, it has been a long day, and I am just trying to find some time just to do what I love, and that's sewing. I went to a couple of meetings today for work and been listening to the news and watching the news and did my devotionals as I always do in the mornings. And now I'm just going to take some time and just relax my mind a little bit and just get into my room tonight and get some things done. What I will be doing primarily is working on some alterations for some items I got from my girls and just a little bit of tidying up. So let's see what I get done. So my first order of business is to shorten these pants I purchased for my daughter from Marshall's. They were really, really long on her, so I needed to take off about an inch and a half so I can hem them for her. So here I am just making my chalk line so I can go ahead and get that process started. So, even though I thought I had heard enough of all the news for today, even as I am doing these alterations, I'm finding that I still am staying tuned into the news. I guess I just want to make sure that I remain informed and up to date on any developments regarding today's news. So, not only were these pants way too long, but they were also a little big around the waist. So now I am preparing the waistline for me to insert an elastic inside the casing so I can bring the waist in a bit on these pants. With some last minute testing, I think I'm satisfied with where this is going. So I also had to take in the waist on these jeans for my oldest daughter. She doesn't like to wear belts, so I had to use elastic as well to bring in her waistband. I think they could be a little bit more snug, but they're okay for right now. So I really didn't like how this fraying was taking place inside the waistband. So I'm going to use some fray check, and hopefully over time, where I inserted the elastic, those slots or those little cuts I put in her jeans, they won't fray as much. So I'm just applying some fray check to all of those holes for the elastic casing. So for some reason, I'm back to the pants that I started earlier. I don't know why I didn't just go ahead and put the elastic in them earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and put the elastic in now just so I can have that prepared and ready to sew in just a little bit. I noticed from the jeans earlier that my elastic was not long enough because I wasn't able to do as much pulling to make it as snug. Like, I didn't have a lot of give in the elastic, so I'm making the elastic a little bit longer this time. That way I have more pull and more stretch when I'm ready to size these up for her waist. And since the girls have already left to attend their school's youth Bible study program, I am going to leave these be until they return. Maybe we'll finish it up tonight. We'll see. So I decided to use the scrap fabric from the garment from the pants to test my stitch width, and I started with a 1.0, and I decided to use a 2.5 because I liked how that looked, and I felt like it moved a little faster on this velvet knit fabric. So I'm deciding not to waste any time getting these alterations done. So I went ahead and did my initial stitch on these waistbands, on this waistband, by reinforcing just one side of the elastic onto the waistband. And then I can go ahead and do the official resizing a little later. Not to mention, by doing this, that means when I size these pants on my daughter, she has to try them on only one time, where I can size up her waistband and her hem. She can take them off, I can do the alterations, and then she'll be done. Now, because these are a work in progress, I'm going to leave them hanging here until I'm ready to finish them up. So now I'm deciding to do a little bit of cleaning up, some tidying up of my sewing space, starting with my bobbin threads. I have quite a few loose bobbin threads in my room at my sewing machine, and I want to go ahead and just get those organized. So that went by fairly quick. Thank goodness I didn't have that many loose bobbins to get stored. So, as you know, I purchased two more storage boxes for my threads. So, I figured now might be a good time to go ahead and get my thread organized. I would like to organize my thread by color at some point, but now is not the time for that. So, I'll just go ahead and get them stored away in these containers. Y'all, as I was going through this process, I realized I had so much thread. I even have colors I did not know I purchased and I had in my stash. So, as I'm going through this process, I am remembering when I first began to sew. Whenever I purchased fabric, I automatically went and purchased 2 or 3 spools of thread to match my fabric. And that's how this stash accumulated. So now, when I purchase fabric, I need to look at my stash first to see if there is a need to purchase matching thread, because based off what I have here, I probably have something similar, if not exact, in color and shade. I mean, seriously, how big is your thread stash? Comment below. Let's talk about that. Storing my thread took longer than what I thought, but I'm glad I got it done somewhat tonight. So now I'll take the last few minutes in my room just trying to clear off my table a little bit. I really need to think about an innovative, creative way to store my spools of elastic. Right now, I keep them in a Ziploc bag, a freezer size Ziploc bag by color, black or white, and inside a drawer. But do you have any creative ways to store your elastic? If you do, share them below. So as I was cleaning, I found these buttons in my cart near my sewing machine. And I remember I was going to use them when I made my first button down shirt, but I changed the color of my fabric, so I did not use them. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put them over here in my drawer where I keep all my buttons. So it's still pretty early into the evening, but I think that I've gotten all that I want to get done right now in my room. The girls are still at their youth Bible study program, so I am going to go ahead and just finish for right now. I'm going to go have my dinner and do some work on my computer, and I'll see how I feel once the kids get in. Okay, guys, so the kids are home. And I thought it was going to be a to be continued, but it's already like a little after 9, and I am getting a little tired. So I know when I'm tired, I don't like to sew and do lots of different things in my room. So I am actually going to call it a night and get my shower done, get myself relaxed and settled for bed tonight, do a little bit of scripture reading, and take it on in. So I'll see what tomorrow has to offer in terms of the next stages of these alterations. But I want to thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and I hope after watching my video you feel a sense of peace and just a sense of rest for your mind. And until we come together again, take care, be safe, and God bless.